to me, come to me. Turn it up, this is what we're made for. Nothing's gonna stop us now.
Hello, welcome to episode 6 of the Beer Reviews. Christmas is over. We're back in another lockdown, which means it's only one thing. It's time for more beer reviews. This week, we're joined by Celeste.
Yes.
Yes, I'm Celeste, and the beer of my choosing is the wonderful Desperados.
Wonderful.
Get out there. Oh,
Look at that.
I suppose, yeah, first things first, the obvious question, why Desperados?
I'm not a massive beer drinker. I'm a cider gal,
Okay.
but I am. This is just my favourite beer.
So if you do go for a beer, it's normally this.
Yeah, or Amigos, which is the sweeter version.
I was going to say, because, yeah, like cider's obviously quite sweet. I've never had this before. Is this quite sweet then?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's it. I really like sweet drinks. So, but I'm not a massive fan of cocktails. So, sweet ciders and sweet beers are the one.
Pinto.
Yes, or Vivd.
Interesting.
Oh,
It is strong.
now I
Yeah,
want to.
after this, guys, can we do a Rolling Thunder squash reviews and cordial
Oh, that
reviews?
sounds
Oh, I
like
could be
riveting.
brilliant at that.
You're
Yeah,
taking
I
the
think-
piss.
You can do that on your own, Josh. Like,
Josh, I'd do that with you. I love squash.
I'd come on for cherries and berries then.
My dad when he was younger, he used to think that like he'd like make himself a shot of undiluted orange squash, and he'd like go This was like when he was like 7 or something.
Right.
nah,
I believe it's
before a
like
game.
40.
Before a game.
After a hard day at school, he's like...
Shot squash.
I like the. Have we got the colour up against the vinyl
Oh,
job?
yep.
I
Yeah.
can't do it without that.
just do it up against his shoulder.
That's it.
That's actually pretty. Yeah, it's pretty clear.
Yeah. Joe likes to compare the colour of the actual
That's
bit.
only when I pour it out.
Oh yeah. But no,
Actually, I think it's probably the same colour.
I'm really vibing with this bottle. Actually,
I'll tell you what, Josh, it smells a bit like squash. It smells a bit like squash.
hey,
Like, what it has, Josh, compared to other bottles, it has a nice engraving down the side.
I was about to
of
say.
Desperados.
Look at that.
Does.
A custom touch, if you will.
oh, I like that. They're not just getting any old bottles.
No,
they
they're thought about it.
Desperados bottle.
And it's not a paper label, it's a plastic label as well, which I quite like.
Give us a look at the.
Yeah.
Brian, you were showing me the lid, the top.
Oh, yeah.
What does the top look like? I like that. It's
Does it
kind of
smell
like
like
a lotus
squash?
flower.
This is actually, I think, the first beer I've had on that I've never had before. So the first
Oh,
sentence
it
does
tastes-
mean everything.
It tastes like a Radler.
Does it?
It
Yeah,
does,
I
yeah.
think so.
Charlie, you just get hit by lime. You get a bit of lime.
My dad would love this.
Yeah, he would. Yeah.
You know what? It's not as bad as I
It's
thought it
not
was.
as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No, it's fruity
Charlie,
for the
you
modern
it's
man.
sweet.
flagging this off in the run up to this.
I've never had it before, but I was like, oh, it's a beer, it's got
Oh,
tequila in it.
judging
No
a
way,
blue
that
light
sounds
car.
It
rank.
is sweet, isn't it?
It's a bit sweet.
It's bitter. It's like. Oh. Yeah.
There's a bit bitter. To me, it just smells like I've had this so many times on a night out. It just smells like pub and drunken me.
It does smell like a bit of. It's got like a club floor sort of aroma.
Yeah. It smells like
Aroma.
was bad choices. Cigarettes.
I think that's written on the bottle somewhere as well.
That odor Celeste. You say it smells like me. You said.
Sticky floors. Great.
And squash.
Josh, what are we saying about the packaging?
Okay, all right. Well, I think this is a strong one. Let's just get it up there again. Let me just because
You talking about Joel again?
Point of reference.
This is with a little bit of piss left in it.
I'm gonna go for
A little Desperados as well.
8.6.
Oh my god.
Oh, fine days.
8.6. Yeah.
I'd love to tell you if that's your highest score yet, Josh, but I'm not that well organised. So I'll tell you what else, straight away, what it's got going for it is the strength. It's 5.9%.
Yeah.
That's-
Oh my god.
as well.
Which is
Very
like,
good.
You've got to thank the tequila for that.
I imagine so.
Yeah.
The strong beer. You guys might be feeling a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nah, we're
Like-
veterans.
you'll plaid all along.
I stray too far away from the classic 4%
Yeah.
gang, and I'll go end up on the floor on a beer review. It's like,
Yeah.
Drunk, I get very over appreciation for myself because apparently on New Year's with my family, my sister got out a karaoke machine and she said to me, "Oh, don't like properly sing," and then I was, "Oh, so I'm not allowed to sing because I'm so talented," and I kept self-talented all night, and it's just. I honestly I've never been so embarrassed of any night out before after New Year's. I was absolutely humiliated.
I think everyone's been there.
Especially you, Charlie.
Maybe.
You get drunk, you go, we're the best band. Yeah.
It's not a lie, is it?
It's just funny. You go through the motions.
Classic overconfidence. Classic.
What's your karaoke song of choice, Celeste? If you
Mm.
could choose one.
It's usually "Dance to Somebody" by Whitney Houston.
Nice. I feel like that's a question we have to ask to everyone.
Yeah, I was going
to
to say, you've just brought in a whole new segment to this.
Yeah.
Like, that's awesome.
And little did you know, at the
Nice.
end of the down off, you've got to sing it.
Yeah, all into the karaoke reviews, and we review your karaoke song. Like,
Guys, what's your karaoke songs? Your go-tos?
mine has to be, I think, "This Charming Man" by the Smiths. Because I've only done karaoke probably twice, and I think both times I've done that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Um,
Sounds better than that, Josh.
Yeah, thanks, Harry.
I think we've covered it before. I think it'd have to be "Toxic" Britney. Like, I proper,
Yeah.
I become an independent woman when I sing that. Like, I get into it.
I think
yeah.
everyone. Good song.
Do you know what? I don't think I've ever done karaoke.
Oh wow.
Oh,
You don't
wow.
drink, Josh. No one
Yeah,
does
yeah,
karaoke
yeah. No
sober.
one.
Imagine standing sober and just giving it large.
I love karaoke so much. So much fun.
Should have it in more places.
Yeah.
I should have. Do you know what? I should have done it when I was in Japan because that's like in Tokyo. It's like the karaoke.
Yeah.
No one would understand what you're
Karaoke
saying.
capital.
I've
Yeah.
only ever done it in gay bars, to be fair. That's the
Yeah.
only place that seems to have karaoke.
That and Barso. Barso do karaoke.
Ah, well, that's
Okay,
we'll
yeah.
go there next.
We're going there next.
You're coming, Josh, to sing.
Yeah. Who are you tonight? Who
Is it
are
American
you
football?
tonight?
It's just
I'm
math
going
rock.
to be. I don't know. I don't know what my range is.
Is Michael
I've only
Jackson
ever-
in the
I've only
building?
ever sung backup, so I have no idea what my.
Oh, it's not about what you can do. It's about the passion.
Yeah.
It's all about the passion.
Karaoke. is all
Okay,
passion.
well, I tell you what. I think the most fitting song that I could probably do is probably "In the Air Tonight" because at least I could air drum along to it.
Oh.
That is a hard thing, I imagine.
It's an intense 3-minute build up where you're just like,
Yeah, you're just
not-
looking into the mic on the
I
floor.
remember.
Yeah, I think if I'm gonna do karaoke, that'll be it.
Unless they have novelty on it, you can do you do backing vocals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Celeste, I do some very high backing vocals on one of our tracks, and I keep,
Available on all streaming platforms.
Go.
Joel, I gave up singing the back in it novelty because I did it once at the Black Prince, and then Tom just looked at me and shook his head, and I haven't tried it since.
Brutal.
No, because I was like singing it. I went, "This isn't good," and then I looked at Tom, and he confirmed my suspicion.
Joe, you laughing now? What's your karaoke song then?
Yeah.
Venga Bus by the Venga Boys. Just fist pumping.
Oh, you're all sounds.
Oh, that's not even singing. That's
Yeah,
a
it
cop
is.
out. That's a cop out.
No, fuck off.
Just shouting.
New
The
York
Venga
to
bus
San
is coming.
Francisco.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
do you mean?
Mine's got to be Town Called Malice. 'cause
One
that
of
was-
the great karaoke
that
performances.
was probably my.
No one gets an inside joke on a fucking public podcast.
Well, that's my answer. I'm
Harry
sorry.
went to Token Mullet and absolutely butchered every part of it.
Didn't know any of the words apart from Town Called Malice.
I thought the whole point of karaoke's that the words are up on the screen.
Yeah, but that's quite fast.
They were,
Like,
yeah, they were, but it was quite fast. I couldn't.
Harry
keep
tried
up
to
with
fit
it.
all 10 words of the line in the last second of the line.
That's a hard song to sing. Tom.
Yeah,
I know.
it was an ambitious choice.
But it's all about the passion, remember?
Yeah.
And I gave it.
Celeste, I think the first time we met you was at an open mic night at the Mail
No.
Coach.
Yep, it was. I remember it very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, what song
So-
did we butcher?
Even I don't remember that.
Well, to be fair, the person who was hosting the open mic was bigging you up.
Adam.
before you got on, yeah.
Adam.
And he was telling me about you guys and he was saying how good you are and all of the stuff. So I was like, you don't usually see sort of like a band at open mic. Well, at that open mic anyway, you didn't see it. And you didn't have a drummer, if I remember rightly. You didn't.
No, I think this was
Didn't
before
need
before we
one.
found Josh.
Never.
In argue, we still do.
They're a pain in the arse.
We always when we did open mics, so there was never bands, but I think like it's because most bands like establish themselves and then do gigs, but we hadn't sort of got to that level yet.
Yeah.
Well, so it was our only sort of way to get any exposure was like doing the open mics. But we really enjoyed them. Like looking back at it, I kind of miss it. Like it was always a good laugh. Like and you meet
Yeah.
loads of good people through them.
I'll just
You'll go
put up
to-
then, shall I?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I've said it without
no,
you, Josh.
no.
Put yourself in the waiting room, Josh.
Obviously, like at the moment you can't, but have you since then? Do you still go to the Mail Coach for the open mic?
No, I
No.
don't.
Is there like a story behind that? You know?
Right, spill the beans. Spill the beans.
Podcast exclusive.
I just don't get on. There was just a few issues with somebody there who didn't particularly like me very much, and it was a she, and she just didn't appreciate me getting
Ooh.
a thing in.
No,
Um,
it's a bit of shit.
she thought I was out to steal a man, is what happened.
Yeah, so what have you been up to like since sort of because this is ages ago. That's probably like a year ago. Obviously, we've been in lockdown for almost a year now, so nothing's happened, has it? Like,
I don't know, water under the bridge. But what have I been doing? Not well, I've been working on a new project, music-wise,
Ooh.
which is yet to be. And to be fair, this is going to be the first time I'm speaking about it. So we've got
Oh.
an exclusive.
oh my god!
Yeah, so I am releasing my first single, but I haven't got the date just yet, but that will be coming out like in the next couple days, the date.
Ooh. Wow.
Not the song, the date of when the song
Right.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Oh my god.
But it's in a really, really long time, like a really long time. Like I've been saying, I think on social media, I'm going to release music, honestly, I think for a good a year and a half, just going,
Yeah.
but not doing it.
Obviously, you haven't said it yet. Is it still a secret what your name's going to be?
Oh, no, I don't know whether I should announce it now. 'cause
Well,
it's
when's the
I wouldn't
announce going to be
waste
out?
big news on this.
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
honest.
This might- yeah.
Keep it a secret.
Although if you're going to release it in the next couple of days, when like the date's
Well,
gonna
you
be
can tell us,
announced,
and
then-
we'll edit it
because
out.
this will be out next week or something.
Yeah, it
I-
takes me a while
Oh,
to edit these. I'll be honest.
leave it out, or is that too much work?
Oh no, I can edit. We
Oh,
can
you
edit
can
out.
edit
If
it
you want
out.
to tell us, we can edit it.
Oh, yeah, but see, already I'm filled with fear, like in the pit of my stomach. So I'm like, oh,
No, we'll just have our reactions of going. That is very good. Nice.
all right, the name. Oh, I feel like I'm hyping it up too much now. See, I'm so excited. The name.
What's the meaning behind that? Is it?
Yeah.
When I was like 16, 15, 16, me and my friend, we like made up this, well, he made up a story and he used himself as one of the characters, and then he made the female character like just like me, but he called her. He used this story to like, it was like a story made up, like every day when we saw each other, we would like add to it. And like those are what like our characters. So it was like us in another life. It was really cool.
That's good. So it's, to me, taking the bottle up to the mouth. You get that hint of lime and you're transported instantly to Mexico, as the Mexican doctor say. And in terms of taste,
It's brewed. It's from the Holland, Ryan.
Yes, Netherlands.
tequila, that's Mexico, isn't it? It tastes nice. It's all right. No, I'll do a better review. They just taste nice. Bit of lime. There's a bit of acidity, bit of like citric note to it. And I think that helps sort of calm the flavours down. It doesn't taste like something that's 5.9%, because you have a 5.9% angry ale, you can taste that. You can
No,
taste
that's a
the
very good
bacteria
point.
off it.
It's a very
But
good
like
point.
Desperado, that sort of sweetness, that sort of acidity is masking that. And I think it's like a pleasant sipping like beer. So I think it's useful for that. Like if you're on a beach somewhere sunny, Desperado, you're away. I think so, and because of that, and I do think it tastes quite nice. But my problem is, well, it's not that much. 3 Desperados cost £5 in Tesco's, which I think.
My corner shop. So.
Well, that's completely changed. I think I'll give it an 8.1.
Whoa.
Wow.
I do rate it. Like if I was,
No way.
I think I could only have 2 or 3, and then I'd have to move on to something more accommodating. But I would have
Just
a pleasant 2
pure
or 3
tequila.
of them. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Thank
No
you.
problem.
fucking
No problem,
lost my
Doctor.
bottle opener.
Choo!
No!
That's you.
Oh,
What are you
shit.
doing, Joel? It's having a
I
mare. What's
fucking
going
dropped
on?
my Fosters over my extension lead. And I've lost my fucking bottle opener. Right, cut this out.
He's having
Joel,
a
it's
nightmare.
no longer acceptable for you to bring your Donald Trump bottle opener to the beer
Yeah.
reviews. I'm afraid
Yeah,
that
no,
he's banned on
been
Twitter.
banned. We're banning little Donnie
Banned,
from
yeah.
the,
He's been
beer
banned from a
reviews.
fucking bedroom.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my god, that's a bottle opener.
You can flay someone with that. What's going on there?
This is actually, you know, on a grill, and you've got the grill pan.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's used to pull the grill out.
Right.
I don't own a bottle opener. So ever since I've moved in here and I've had this oven, so for the last 6 months, this has been the bottle opener in my house.
It's just like a giant's bottle opener. That's supposed to open big bottles of beer. Like.
Found it.
No, Joe, he's banned.
Wow,
Hey.
I'm gonna blow
What
him
the
out.
fuck is that?
that is amazing.
So yeah,
What is he doing?
That's some heavy duty.
I'm setting up my seat. This is my like seat. Like, someone's bed.
Is that a sleeping bag?
No, it's my duvet.
I don't want to go next because I think I might bring the tone down a bit.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'm going to bring the tone down, but I don't think I'll do too much because I was quite impressed with it. Because at first, now that I will kind of think about it, it's like I do kind of get it now because you can't go into it expecting you can have like a normal beer where it's just like hops and barley, like it's quite like a party drink and all that. It is, and then but yeah,
Does it
for
follow
like an
the
actual,
German purity laws, Joel?
I don't think this is.
There's no purity laws in Dutch.
No.
They're feral. They'll just do anything.
Yeah. But no, like because like you come and speak, oh, it doesn't taste like Foster's. No, you can't judge it off that. So like for a party drink, I don't mind it. It's not like one of those like fizzy alco pop stuff, but it's still got more of a punch in it than Corona. I think the only problem I have with it is the price. Because like the strength is good and all that, but the price. When at Tesco, it was like for these, a big one, it was £2.60 for a bottle, and it is I think 650 ml. Like,
I was following you, Joe. I didn't think
yeah,
it was that much
exactly. I
of a
don't know what's
stinker.
insulted me. Like,
I liked your point about it versus
I'm with Harry,
alcohol.
it just goes on forever. Like
fuck, I get right to fucking right. Like, I took after time.
We've
You're like,
lost the guest.
Here we
She's
go.
gone.
Watch the time. Ah. You were like, oh, here we go. Watch the time. Ooh, what do you think?
I'm going for a wee.
Actually, I'm gonna go for a piss as well.
You got bored of your own review.
Joel,
Yeah.
is your hairstyle a mullet?
Yes. Thank you for noticing.
Just because my hair, when it's not I shaved my head in the first lockdown, like full on buzz cut. So it's now about this long all
Oh,
over.
okay.
But the way it's growing is that it's getting quite long at the back.
Oh,
And-
that is good.
So it looks quite a lot like your hair, actually, just brown.
It's a good style, isn't it? It's
Joel's bringing it
We went
back.
in. I went in with Joe. I think it was me and Mark. And like the hairdresser, like Joe was trying to explain to her what he wanted, and she just couldn't process. She was like, "What?" She was like, "So he was like, yeah, I want a mullet." She was like, "But."
Are
He
you
was like,
sure?
"Yeah, shave the sides." And then me and Mark were sat on the thing, just like giggling. and
your
pointing.
beard's
I
going.
think she
"Yeah."
thought that we were like. She thought Joe was like simple because you weren't really
You would
answering
think
her questions. Like you were just grinning. and I think she thought like me and Mark like bullying this like vulnerable child, like we'd taken you and like.
No, I
bullied
was
you.
laughing because like when there's a woman concerned, she goes, "Are you sure you want this?" I saw you and Mark in the mirror just because I was looking back at you and seeing the background going, just fucking
I think,
pissing
yeah,
yourself.
And you've been
Rolling thunder matching tattoos.
or maybe one day. Ryan, you've always had.
When the first
I'd
album
do
comes
it.
out.
I'd get one.
First album.
Yeah.
I think
I'll get a tattoo on the arse.
I get it. Yeah, I get it right just on the inside of my arse crack.
Inside. Oh,
Ah,
Gosh.
Wow, you've
That's-
really
that's a
brought the
good
tone
point.
of this beer review down.
yeah.
What are you scoring it, Joel?
A tattoo artist friend of mine. One year he gave another friend of mine a voucher for their tattoo parlor, but the stipulation was it was a free tattoo voucher, but they had to get a W on each arse cheek,
Oh, I'll easily do that.
so that when you
Wow.
spread your cheeks, it's wow.
Wow,
Wow.
that is gross.
Definitely.
What came first, the barn or the barn owl?
Good question.
The barn owl. Oh,
I agree.
Exactly.
barn.
Exactly.
Barn.
No. It's barn owl.
definitely.
But it was. I reckon the barn owl's always been a thing, but they only started calling it a barn owl once barns were a thing, and it
Well,
went
that's
in
not
the
a barn
barn.
owl, though, is it?
It wasn't a barn owl, it was just an owl. Barn owl's
But no,
got
it's
it,
the same
Celeste, you
thing,
got
just with
it.
a different name. Same thing. with a
It would have
different
been
name.
like a Latin name until like they
Celeste,
started
you
known in
can
English
take
as
the
a barn
reins
owl
on
when
this.
they
Yeah,
started
so it
knocking
came
about
first
barns.
then.
Owl.
That animal existed before a barn.
Yeah, but it wasn't known as a barn owl until barns existed.
a barn.
No,
Said
I
I
agree
knew-
with that. It was the barn owl has existed before the barn, but it's obviously not been called a barn owl until there's been a barn. Otherwise, you wouldn't know to call it a barn owl.
Yeah.
Tree owl or something.
It's not a barn owl.
It is a barn owl. It's exactly the same thing. It's just got a different name.
Guys,
Nah,
I think we may have, beat the record for the number of times the words barn owl have been said in a podcast.
Joe, you were getting some of your beer review, or trying to, weren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, mate.
I've actually got a little. Oh,
I just
Yeah.
want a number. I want a number.
What are you giving it an 8? Brilliant.
no,
Charlie,
no, no, no. Well, I was in Tesco, like, and I think like it was almost double the price per unit, or at least a good, like, lot more money more than just a Corona counterpart. And I was like, okay, so the price brings it down. The taste, it's not as bad as I thought it was. It's a bit more bitter. What the fuck are you doing, Ryan? No,
Carry
I was-
on.
What's
I think it was £1.50 less.
I know how to do
The guest got again. The guest got again.
You got to check the price.
I was going to get my whiteboard and get a pen and start writing down.
No, I'm like Rain Man. I'm like, I carried a 2, add a 5, okay, 6, 5, 7, 6, like that.
Not everybody that's on the spectrum is like Rain Man, Joel.
Yeah,
Just Joel's like,
I'll probably give it. I'll give it a 6.5.
Yay!
That's
Finally.
okay.
Thank
I
you.
was expecting it to be my first sub 5.
This is where I'm standing on it, basically.
Basically.
It's not bad, but I was like geared up to be ready to absolutely slaughter this. Like, but it's not as bad as that.
My beer.
What's that?
I can't believe you lot were planning to slag off my beer.
No, not because it was you. I was like, Celeste's coming on. Whatever she brings, I'm going to absolutely slaughter this. But because I've never had Desperado, but just from looking at it and hearing about it, I thought that is not good. That is not. But it surprised me, to be fair. But still, looking at beers I've had on before, even like probably one of my least favourite lagers, like a San Miguel, I think I'd still rather drink that than it. I'd rather just have a normal beer.
Okay.
There's a bit too much going on with it. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not my kind of thing. I would not buy this in a pub.
Looked like you were writing something down on your whiteboard, Celeste.
Hitler.
She's just right. She's
I'm
just writing down who she's
gonna.
gonna. Yeah.
Get my pen just so I can start writing things down.
I don't like to be like this. I'm trying to be honest. You've been a wonderful guest, but the beer is just not. It's not good enough.
Hey, it's a beer review.
yeah,
I want an honest review.
honesty is the best policy.
I'm looking at my score so far. The worst score I've given a beer, I've given Brewdog a 5.5. And do you know what? I'd rather drink this than Brewdog. So I'm going to give this a 5.8. So
Alright.
it's not the worst.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Still the right side of 5.
So we've had 2 pretty high scores and 2 pretty low scores. Harry might be the decider here.
I've got a score in mind,
Okay.
and I won't take too long to get to it. I'm not. I was with Charlie. Charlie have made me a bit scared of this. I think because you were like, "Oh, Desperado, oh man, I'm not gonna like that," and it's been sitting in my room scaring me. But it's all right. It is sweet. I spilt some on my finger when I opened it and rubbed my eye, and my eyes have been stinging the whole podcast. So I'm not sure about that. But I couldn't drink many of these. But it's actually quite refreshing. I feel like I'm on holiday.
That's what we need, right? That's what we need.
Yeah, I mean,
times.
it's strong and they're scaring me a bit, but it's quite refreshing and I quite like it. But yeah, I think I'm going to give it a 7.2.
That's pretty like.
I think that's a fair score. I'll
Very
take that.
diplomatic.
I'm glad.
Charlie, you made a good point in your one, which had me thinking. I'm not going to change my score, but you said about the pub, and never in a million years I would ever get this at the pub. And then I was like, would I get it at the club? I was like, no, I wouldn't, because I'd get
No.
3 Jaegers for a £5. So when do I drink this? Probably
Right
I just
now.
don't think it doesn't have it's trying to be something different,
Yeah.
but I just don't think there's a place for it, really.
maybe a barbecue, but I'd just get the cheapest thing at Tesco.
Maybe a barbecue. How many
You're
barbecues you go to,
too
right?
few
busy
in
shutting
the
the
summer.
enchiladas
Enchiladas
down.
do you before like thing? Do you have like a shot of something or like any drinks that you have to have before you go on?
No,
Ah,
no,
That-
I don't. I tend to not. Do you know what? It depends. Like when I was doing like the function gigs, I was in a band called Cooler, and we were just doing like the classic function stuff and weddings and Christmas parties and stuff like that. Not really. I was always really, really nervous doing those. And now I look back, I just think I really miss doing them quite a lot, especially now that like live music is like a faint memory in the past. I would just maybe have a drink before, if I could convince the guys to let me. I say let me as if they controlled everything I did, but like I'll be like, because they were quite a bit older than me, and it was all guys, and I'd be like, let me get a drink before, and they'd be like, oh Celeste, if you have one drink, you're gonna want another one, and then we all know what you're like when you have a few drinks down here.
oh what?
Oh,
That's
tell them to
unacceptable.
buck
Perfect.
up. I think we have a lot. Like that's the only way you're getting me on stage is if I've had like
Yeah.
4 pints.
That is
like.
work.
Yeah,
I'm
I
the
need to-
opposite.
balance.
Nah.
I
But
just
yeah, no.
got through my stretches. I'm good to go.
And your lemon water.
when we played that gig at the lab, like we've been so long and we were so excited. When we finally stood up there and like picked up my guitar, I was like, oh shit, we've got to play a set now.
If
Oh,
you're not
it's
sticking
not
out the first 2 songs, it's not a good gig.
With drunkenness, there's definitely like an atmosphere, like excitability factor. Like if you just have, like 3 beers sat around at home with your family or whatever, you might feel all right. You won't feel that bad. But if you have like 3 beers just before we go on stage, like already excited, it like gets you like more drunk.
Yeah, I think that's what the downfall's been with my my friend's reputation with me with drinking is that I would go to the pub with the intent of having 1 drink out, but I
But no.
No.
Never happens.
I'd like to do. I tell you what I do like to do. When I'm getting ready and doing makeup and stuff, I like to listen to either Whitney or I'm so stereotypical. I'm like I want to listen to a bit of Whitney or a bit of Beyonce, but like a hype Beyonce song. Because I'm not a massive Beyonce fan, but like one of those pumpy songs.
Yeah.
And while I'm doing my makeup, have a wine glass.
Yeah.
there.
I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
I don't do my makeup, but if I was to,
Whatever.
I'd like to have a
I've listened to a lot of Beyonce
little
before a
drink
night
on the
out.
go. Yeah, but I get because Ryan takes a mick at me. If we're going out on a night out, I'll have a beer in the shower as like as a little prep. Like
Little shower gel top on it.
It did. Like, yeah, pre-drink as much as you like, but the
underrated.
shower
It's
beer
one of the best
confuses
beers.
me.
Shower, a beer in the
That's
shower.
brilliant.
just
It's
before you're going
lovely.
out. It's like
Cold beer, warm water. I feel fresh.
yeah, and it's like it gets you excited. It gets you excited because you're going out.
Celeste
Yeah.
gets it. You don't, Kelly.
No.
Not rock and roll enough.
No.
Celeste, what would you give Desperados?
I am speaking about Desperados on behalf of the girls I know. It's probably quite stereotypical, but the girls I know that aren't a massive fan of like that barley beer, and it's a bit too stodgy.
Fair enough.
The thing is, you know, when you drink a beer or even sometimes cider, it gets you really bloated and horrible. So if you drink too much of that, the lovely outfit that you spent hours preparing and getting ready when you go out to the pub can often be ruined by you feeling really fat because you drank too many beers. So the Desperado, with the small, less amount but high alcohol percentage, means you can drink less and get floated less, but you still get as drunk. So on behalf of that purpose and the tastiness of it that I find, I'm going to give this, but although I do agree it's not got the best taste in the world, but it is quite summery and it is quite holiday and it's great on a summer day. Also great with when you get it in the pub, they give it with a squidge of lime they stick in.
Squidge,
Yeah.
is that the technical term?
Yes.
Squidge.
So with that, I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give this an 8.9.
Ooh.
That's fair enough. You brought it on. You
Fair enough.
It
Yeah.
was a good reasoning as well. I
Very
liked it.
convincing argument. Yeah.
Yeah,
Most
those
people.
are my points.
No, I respect the
Yeah.
points. To be fair, they made some good points.
Yeah.
Some people just go on and go, "Oh, can I give it a 10?" Wow. You're like, no.
We
Brian's
played
always,
You back your points up with facts, not opinion. Like it's just like,
Brian's
yeah.
always worried about bloating. His
I was going to
outfit,
say, we
aren't
played
you?
a few gigs in Germany and I was bloated.
We haven't been quite as generous to Desperado. We've given it, well, our average is what Harry gave it, 7.2,
That's not bad.
which is not
That's
bad at
decent
all.
score.
Respectable.
I'll take that. I think that's fair.
I honestly thought before that they come on, I didn't think you'd get that good.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be like some people were going to rate it like a sub 5,
Yeah.
but I was
Some
expecting it.
people being what, Charlie?
And me. I had a stigma against it.
What are the rules and the guidelines and the circumstances for the beer down, and what are the requirements?
The rules
Go
and
on, go.
regs, the T's and C's.
All right.
Yeah.
Have you got a special microphone?
FIA, Josh Green.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Ryan.
Well, first of all, you got to pick who you're taking on.
Can you guys tell me who the worst person is so I can just pick them?
No.
And let me think, who would be the best at downing drinks? And I'll just do it by process of elimination. I feel like Joel would drink quite a lot.
You'll be correct.
Who would be not great at downing drinks? It's either going to be, can I not have Josh?
No, I haven't even bought
No.
a Desperados.
I choose Harry.
Oh, when you said you're going to choose the
What?
slowest person, you chose
Everyone
correctly.
chooses him.
Right, I've got my drink. Harry, are you ready?
Oh,
Always.
oh.
Also, Harry, question:
Mhm.
is your drink cold from the fridge?
It's pretty cold. Yeah, it was in the boot. They've been in the boot of my car, which is basically the fridge. So
Oh, okay. Because you know when a drink is like not as cold, it's easier to down.
yeah,
I'm just-
no,
Yeah.
it's
I
not.
was like, oh
warm.
yeah, it's freezing actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna get brain freeze.
I'm like, it needs to be fair. It needs to be equal. No,
Yeah, no,
Harry,
it's
I
like-
could see like the cogs turning. You were like, "What's the right answer?" Like, if I say it's cold, is she gonna say that's an advantage, or if I say which is the right answer here? Like,
It's like Top Gear laps. It's like cold, super cold, room temperature.
I
Right.
can't believe I've got to do the Desperado.
Right.
Okay.
Glasses in hand.
Okay, glasses in hand. Are we ready?
Ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
Go on, son.
come on, Mr. Clay,
Oh.
that's a proud. That's a
That's
proud.
a proud. He's
Jesus
asked
Christ,
himself
Jesus
that.
Christ, Jesus Christ. Oh no, he's still in.
No, it's fine.
I love
Celeste
the
is
proud
side-eyeing
position.
him.
This is
Celeste.
great. That's
Oh,
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great.
Keep going,
Keep
Celeste. Keep going. Keep
You've
going,
got to beat
Celeste.
Janae. You've got
You
to
got
beat
Janae to beat.
Not.
That's impressive, Harry, lad. Well done.
Okay.
Oh, you've
I'll
got
tell you what.
Janae. You've got Janae.
You might be
easy.
beating Sammy Hughes.
Keep going. Keep
You
going.
might be beating our mate Sammy Hughes.
Harry's got the library burps.
Oh, you might get
Oh,
Sammy.
man.
You might get Sammy. Go on.
Oh, go,
please
go,
get
go, go, go,
Sammy.
go, go, go.
Please
Last
get
push,
Sammy.
last push. Last push. Yes.
Yes!
Yes. Right.
Oh,
Ah,
Celeste's in trouble.
We've lost again. Oh no.
Oh,
You're right.
Oh,
sick.
That was
casualty,
bad.
a casualty would be
You're
different
fine.
if you-
You're fine. You're fine. Don't do
He
it
doesn't
like
look like he's in
LAB.
Right,
exactly
okay,
either.
Celeste, now you've got to start doing karaoke. We're gonna play some Whitney.
Whilst jumping up and down.
Right. Harry's time was 16.28 seconds.
Yeah.
And
For a
Celeste-
5.9%.
Yeah. It's for yeah. I feel-
hold it down, Celeste. Hold it down. At least until you've heard your time.
No, fours. Just go.
Hurry up!
Celeste, your time is 46.62 seconds.
That's good.
That's a good time. You
Not
beat
bad.
Janae out
Janae. You
the
beat
park.
Janae.
I beat Janae.
You've come very close to beating our mate Sam as well.
How close was Sam?
Sam was 42.
Oh.
With a pitiful San Miguel as well. And to be
Listen.
fair, Celeste, Harry hasn't said much.
I'm feeling rough.
Feel bad. We don't. This podcast wasn't meant to make our guests feel ill.
It was.
Yeah, Harry's feeling ill. Harry's stroking his hair and just sweating.
No, I've just I've got some
Nits.
desperado.
He can
in
smell
my
some
hair.
lime in his hair.
Feel awful now that I did that, honestly.
That is bad, okay.
I feel bad.
Oh, pardon me, like an old woman who had a drink. Right.
Loud and clear in the mouth.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, with a classic supreme track from Rolling Thunder, we have Ovation.
Yeah.
Way.
Smashed it.
say the exact same